Right, and we are back. So, I find an accidental room. Is there anything meant to be here? Is this a secret for later, or... Yeah, I'm not too sure. Oh, hello! Now you're really testing my memory. Oh, it's from Mega Man Rock Force, the first stage. Second stage was Polar Man. Are you just Fish Man? Oh, I don't think I'm getting better than Fish Man. I think I'm going with that. Yes, I remembered well. I'm glad. Preposterous! I have tried to call for my mighty steed to escort me through the tournament grounds, yet it seems that my calls have been blocked by poor reception here. How will I get around in style now? You can slide to the left there, or you can go up the ladder. That's gonna loop us back, so I think we'll keep scaling up. But either way, let's check out 147th place. Airman's Ultimate Weapon? I like the name of that stage already. By Tarkan 809 with an overall score of 37.80. Oh, Mick did not have a good time here, and Patchy, as per usual, highest rating judge. So, wow, Flashman gave 20 for design. That's what a lot of the score. Holy, okay. Another stage with no trickster tokens. Airman's Ultimate Weapon, you make me curious. And I would be lying if I wasn't expecting to hit the iconic and legendary Cannot Defeat Airman song. Like, it's too good of a chance. Am I gonna experience it? Should I be ready to experience it? Or is that just setting myself up for disappointment? Also, that's not real, is it? Although it looks like it should be. But I'm not looking for any secrets. Oh boy, already a big eye. Wait, is that a real ladder? That one is surely a real ladder. Okay, just a free one up. Thank you. Very, very green graphics. Okay. Like, incredibly green. Almost too green. Okay, already a checkpoint. Much more generous than the previous stage we played. Oh god, Pippi's here! Pippi! Pippi! That's not allowed, alright. Need to remember that. What is this Airman's secret weapon? Is it the birds? It's the birds. It's always been the birds. Okay. Aren't I just safe here? I think so. Okay, let's go down the ladder just to be safe. Okay, sheep blocks. At least they fit the style. Was it up? No. Left, down, up, right, up. Left, down, up, did I say? Up, down, right? But it was this one, right? Oh, right, up, left. Okay, I can't tell this one. Left, up, left. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a perfect example of why I would be terrible at puzzle game. That really wasn't that difficult. You know, it was baffling to me for a minute. It was just 5. I had to hit in a subsequent order, but... Okay... I'm looking forward to this Airman's secret weapon. Oh, Oh, I really am looking forward to seeing what we have in store. At least you're blowing the wrong way, so... Yeah, that's not full. That's not real platform. Ow! More air tickies. There's a lot of waiting in this stage. I'm not gonna... I say that as I literally walk into the horns. Oh, got the boss. Is that the end of the stage? What is the secret weapon? It's the dab! What? Airman? Whoa! 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 Hello? Okay, you're actually attacking now because I couldn't see your shots before. So the secret weapon was the dab. Not sure what happened for the first parts of the fight because there were no projectiles coming out. But then, yeah, I can't help but be disappointed that we didn't get the iconic Cannot Defeat Airman song, but, well, can't always have what you want. That was a super short stage for, well, yeah, considering most of my recording sessions are quite lengthy, this is going to be a super short one. Airman's ultimate weapon, huh? What was the ultimate weapon? Just a dab? Mick, 18. Well, one thing's for sure, this level is extremely green. Yes. And not a whole lot else. There's a few kind of unique moments, if only because I've never seen a password lock without the actual cannon, meaning it's absolutely no threat. But the level is primarily encounters with generic goons or Airman's regular goons. Unfortunately, this is nothing we haven't seen before. And even when the level adds on sheep blocks, it continues to be unremarkable. Probably the only thing I need to remark on is the absurd amount of green. Mainly because green spikes and green with the upper solid equals readability havoc. The boss, however, is borderline unplayable nonsense. His regular attack spawns and dies immediately, so that wasn't a glitch. So he's basically just dabbing uselessly. But then every so often he'll fire large wind waves that tear off large pieces of your health bar. I can't say I experienced those. And if you happen to be grounded when he does this, you're pretty much dead, with no warning. When the most prominent element of a level is this thoroughly broken, and it's got nothing else going for it, it needs to go back to the drawing board. Shin, 28. During the process of judging these levels, we were tasked with giving each a personal difficulty score. This one got a 3 out of 5 from me, and the one and only reason it is got that high is due to the boss. Okay, something did not happen that was meant to for the boss. As far as the stage itself goes, it's pretty short with not much to talk about. Save for a few aspects, the color palette is certainly one, given how overly green the tiles are. They don't look that bad when paired with the sky background, but the end of segments are a bit harder to look past. That aside, the melody response cannon minus the cannon part is probably the most notable section of the stage. But not for the right reasons. 2 of the buttons are lying underneath a low platform, making it impossible to jump over said buttons without hitting them. It's a very tedious segment to an otherwise bland level. As implied before, however, the boss is what really pushes it over the edge. Airman has a plethora of problems, with the most obvious being that his tornadoes don't spawn correctly. They flash in for a split second and can actually damage you if you're standing in a spot where they briefly appear. Okay. Then immediately go away while Airman casually pushes you back. Then there's his air wave attack, which does enough damage to kill you in 4 hits. Thankfully, it's relatively easy to avoid until he pulls out a version of it that stops time. What? There's no telegraph for when he's about to do this, which means if you get frozen while facing him on the ground, you'll be losing a ton of health, or depending on how much damage you've taken prior, all of it. What is going on here? With no way to retaliate, thankfully he's incredibly weak to the Spark Chaser, which can also easily trigger a soft lock. Huh? If you kill Airman while time is frozen via Spark Chaser or by just timing your shots right, the time freezing effect doesn't go away no matter how long you wait. What? all things considered, I think it's pretty safe to say this could have done with a lot more playtesting. So my boss fight was dull and boring. I wanted to experience some of these shenanigans. Patchy 57. Looky, Airy does the funny. Green room, green spike, green ladder. Simon says mini boss with no threat of failing other than the annoyance of needing to use special weapons to traverse through the buttons without triggering them. No checkpoint after that until right before the boss. I guess this is supposed to be making fun of Mega Man 1 and 2 level design. The stage is short enough, I guess. The Airman fight is silly, I guess. Definitely rude when getting caught by that flash stopper attack the first time around. I didn't even get to experience it! Being stuck and not being able to deal with the onslaught is not good boss design. Also really weird that the tornadoes he summons show up for 1 frame and then despawn immediately. Can't tell if it's intentional behavior. I feel like I should fight the boss again, because I really didn't get the whole experience. Nashman, 49. For 176 levels to judge, I've tried to balance detail with brevity and limit myself to around 300 words per review. 176, huh? Yeah, the first one was 175. Does that mean there's a disqualification somewhere? That adds up to more than 52,000 words, which is longer than The Great Gatsby. And those are just the words that made the final cut. I can't tell you how many times I've revised and completely rewritten these reviews. As long as the level's premise, atmosphere, challenges and polish give me something worth writing about, I don't mind producing another 300 odd words. Here I'm struggling. This level is playable. It meets my expectations for length, general layout and other fundamental aspects of design, but when competing against 175 other levels, playable is only a starting point. Theming, novelty, fairness, purpose, that's what I'm looking for on every screen. Color contrasting spikes of a uniform design, two-way ladder transitions and a boss fight with stable programming would be nice too. From the enemies to the music, none of the elements from Airman's level in Mega Man 2 are used in a way that feels original. The button puzzle is awkward filler, it doesn't fit with the rest of the level, there's no risk or danger involved, and the low ceiling makes some button sequence impossible without using special weapons to get around. Sheepman blocks are a rough surprise for players who haven't encountered them before, and it's a shame they never combine with any enemies. Metals and Joes are thoroughly exhausting in these stale configurations. Airman jokes have run their course. At least the tile set is simple and clean. The boss chamber looks particularly good. And Ace 37. This stage doesn't have it easy being green. In fact, it rather hurts the eyes at some point. Also, fun fact, when instant death spikes should probably not be the same color as the background to which they're on. Most of the stage is just oh so very basic. The most stock of stock asset enemies, a very badly placed mini boss, and well to the top stage of we have what is the most pointless of pointless Simon Says doors. Said section is absurd to try and navigate, and the fact the checkpoint is before it rather than after it makes dying to the air tickies way more annoying than it had any right to be. And then Airman, I mean, his sprite looks good, but it's also not yours. It's straight from Boilman's stage in Mega Man 2. That's an entry from one of the higher tier entries, and I believe that's where we fought another dabbing Airman in a Wily capsule, and that's where the song that I wanted to hear played. And honestly, what the bleeding hell? Either he freezes time, in which case he throws attacks that knock off a whopping quarter of your health, and you can't even slightly avoid it because you know he's frozen time without a tell, he was going to do so, or his attacks refuse to spawn. Yeah, obviously, not a fan of any of this. So, there's some gimmick about the boss which I just didn't experience. I just had a box standard Airman fight, actually easy Airman fight, where the initial volley of tornadoes didn't spawn, then he jumped across the screen, and then he fired some airwaves on the ground. Then he tried to jump across again, and then the battle was over, and that was my impression of Airman's secret weapon. And supposedly it's meant to be stopping time, but I never got that far, so yeah. If there's arenas, which I'm sure there will be, I will probably get to encounter some more shenanigans of this fight in the future. Anyway, for now, that's it for this stage, so I'm going to take a refreshing pause, and I'll be right back.